Radio's website www.iradio.org and subscribe to or like iRadio's YouTube channel to get all our latest videos. iRadio, your eye on South Sudan.
Live from Juba, on air and online.
This is iRadio News.
Hello, good morning. This is iRadio News. First, here are the headlines. The UN Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan says the latest escalation of violence marks a serious erosion of the peace deal as civilians continue to pay the highest price. The governor of Eastern Equatorial State has addressed residents of Narus in Kapoita East County following a recent security incident, urging calm, unity, and public vigilance as authorities work to maintain stability in the area. And Senegal has beaten Morocco to claim their second AFCON title despite walking off the pitch after a late penalty award, which also sparked chaos in the stand. These stories and more coming to you in this news bulletin with me, Lasuba Memo, and now the news in detail. First, the governor of Eastern Equatorial State has addressed residents of Narus in Kapoita East County following a recent security incident, urging calm, unity, and public vigilance as authorities work to maintain stability in the area. Luis Lobong Rajore made the remarks during a public rally held in Narus, where he sought to reassure the community and provide clarity on the situation affecting the area. In a post on the official page of the governor's Facebook page, he cautioned the residents against misinformation and unlawful activities, describing them as threats to peace and security. Lobong further urged the public to engage through lawful channels and maintain unity as the government remains committed to protecting civilians and preserving stability in Eastern Equatorial State. The governor called on the residents to remain calm and resume their normal daily activities, including business and other livelihoods. Lobong assured the local that security forces are continuing efforts to safeguard peace and order in Narus and surrounding areas. Meanwhile, he clarified that the recent changes in leadership, including the relief of former commissioners, are part of normal administrative process within government operations and should not be misinterpreted or politicized. The UN Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan says the latest escalation of violence marks a serious erosion of the peace deal as civilians continue to pay the highest price. In a statement to iRadio on Saturday, the Commission warned that the failure to uphold the agreement's commitments is directly driving renewed conflict, leading to death, mass displacement, and humanitarian suffering. The Commission called for an immediate halt to airstrikes, ground offensives, and other military operations in civilian areas, urging all parties to return to the pathways outlined in the peace agreement. It cited indiscriminate aerial bombardments, ground fighting, and obstruction of humanitarian access in parts of Jonglei, including Uror, Ayot, and Ural counties, where homes, markets, and medical supplies have been destroyed. Humanitarian partners report that more than 100,000 people, mostly women, children, the elderly, and persons with disabilities, have been forcibly displaced since late December, many fleeing without food, shelter, or medical care. The UN body warned that continued violations of the peace deal, combined with weak regional and international pressure, could push South Sudan into another cycle of widespread violence. It emphasized that the government bears the primary responsibility to protect civilians, control its forces and allied militias, and ensure safe and unimpeded humanitarian access, adding that non-state armed groups are equally bound by international law. The Commission called for political de-escalation, accountability for serious violations, renewed international engagement, and urged action to prevent the peace agreement from collapsing entirely. The government of South Sudan has reiterated its full support for the African Union and the Intergovernmental Authority on Development positions on the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Somalia. In a press release issued on Friday by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, the government said it firmly aligns itself with regional efforts aimed at upholding Somalia's sovereignty, unity and territorial integrity. According to the statement, South Sudan supports the AU and IGAD stance regarding Somalia's sovereignty, emphasizing the importance of respecting the country's internationally recognized borders. The statement issued on Friday reads in part, "The Republic of South Sudan reaffirms its commitment to the unity and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Somalia within its internationally recognized borders." End quote. The government further stated that its position is consistent with regional and international legal frameworks, including the African Union Constitutive Act, as well as the relevant international laws and treaties. The statement underscores South Sudan's adherence to regional cooperation principles and its commitment to collective approaches in addressing political and security matters affecting the Horn of Africa. This is our Radio Morning News, and now to the international scene. Let's begin at home. Senegal won their second Africa Cup of Nations title after defeating Morocco in a dramatic and controversial final that was marred by chaotic scenes following a late penalty award. Pape Guye's extra-time goal proved decisive, sealing victory for the West Africans after a tense match that saw players briefly walk off the pitch and unrest broke out in the stands. The flashpoint came deep into injury time at the end of normal play when Morocco were awarded a penalty following a video assist referee review. The decision sparked angry protests from Senegal players and officials, leading to a lengthy delay as tempers flare on the touchline and in the crowd. Security struggled to contain the situation as some Senegal supporters attempted to enter the pitch, resulting in clashes in the stands and further disruption. When play eventually resumed, Morocco's Brahim Diaz stepped up to take the penalty under intense pressure, with a chance to end his country's 50-year wait for an AFCON title. However, his attempted chip effort down the middle was comfortably saved by Senegal goalkeeper Edouard Mendy, who stood his ground on to deny the late equalizer. The match, which had produced few clear scoring chances during the 90 minutes, went into extra time where Gueye struck a decisive goal to hand Senegal the trophy. At least 20 people have been killed after a crash involving high-speed train in southern Spain, as authorities warned the death toll could rise overnight. More than 30 are being treated for serious injuries in hospital, Spain's Transport Minister Oscar Puente has said. The incident happened near the town of Adamus, close to the city of Cordoba, when the high-speed train traveling from Malaga to Madrid derailed and crossed over onto another track, the rail network operator Adif has said. The derailed train then collided with an oncoming train traveling from Madrid to Huelva. Andalusian Emergency Services said at least 73 people in total were injured in the collision. This is our Radio Morning News, and to end this bulletin, here is the recap of the headlines. The UN Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan says the latest escalation of violence marks a serious erosion of the 2018 peace deal as civilians continue to pay the highest price. The governor of Eastern Equatorial State has addressed residents of Narus following a recent security incident, urging calm, unity and public vigilance as authorities work to maintain stability in the area. And Senegal has beaten Morocco to claim their second AFCON title despite walking off the pitch after a late penalty award, which also sparked chaos in the stand. That's the end of iRadio Morning News. If there is a story or an event you'd like iRadio to cover or report about, please send us a text message at +211 925 287 It's also a WhatsApp number. Follow us on X at iRadio Juba, like our Facebook page iRadio, subscribe to our YouTube channel at iRadio South Sudan. You can also visit our website and listen to us online at www.iradio.org. Stay tuned for news in Arabic at 8 o'clock. I am Lasuba Memo. Thank you for listening.